Hello class. Yesterday we have studied about structure of flower. Today we will see types of flower. Students, flowers are of two types, unisexual and bisexual. Now what is the meaning of unisexual and bisexual flower? Students, yesterday I have shown you the flower of hibiscus, right? We have seen all the internal parts of the flower hibiscus. So in that flower there were four parts: sepals, petals, stamen and carpel. Okay, I told you that stamen is the male part of the flower and carpel is the female part or female reproductive part of the flower. Okay, so it is male reproductive part and it is the female reproductive part. So students, those flower in which both male part and female part are present, okay, those flower in which both these male and female part are present, both stamen and carpel are present, those flowers are called bisexual. Okay, bi means two and sexual means reproductive organs. Okay, so those flowers in which two, it means both reproductive organs are present, male also and female also, two reproductive organs are present, those flowers are called bisexual flowers. For example, hibiscus, right? Yesterday we have studied about hibiscus. In that hibiscus both were present, na, stamen and carpel. So hibiscus is which type of flower? It is bisexual flower. Okay, flowers are of two types. The first type is bisexual, in which bi means two, sexual means reproductive organs. So bisexual flowers are those flowers in which both stamen and carpel are present, both male and female part are present. Okay, those flowers are called bisexual flowers. Example is hibiscus. One more example, rose. Okay, in rose also both the reproductive organs are present, so it is also bisexual flower. Okay, now the second type of flower is unisexual. So students, what you are understanding by the meaning of unisexual? Bi means two, sexual means reproductive organs, uni means one and sexual means reproductive organs. Okay, so those flowers in which one reproductive organ is present, those flowers are called unisexual. Okay, only one reproductive organ, either male part is present or female part is present. Suppose this is a flower. Okay, suppose this is a flower and in this flower only stamen is present. What is present? Only stamen, and stamen, you know, stamen is the male part, right? So this flower is called unisexual flower because only one reproductive organ is present, that is male, that is stamen. Okay, so this flower is called unisexual flower. And in unisexual, which type of flower it is? In unisexual it is male flower, right? Male flower. So this flower is called unisexual male flower. Okay, these flowers are bisexual flowers, but in unisexual there are two. The one is male and the other is female. If the flower is having only male or reproductive organ, only stamen, it is called unisexual male flower. Okay, and if the flower have only style, stigma and ovary, yesterday I have told you. Okay, so if the flower has only female reproductive organ, that is carpel. Okay, so this type of flower is called female flower. It is also unisexual. Why it is unisexual? Because only one reproductive organ is present. And why it is unisexual? Because only one reproductive organ is present. And why female? Because female reproductive organ is present, only one, that is female is present, so unisexual female flower. And in this only one stamen is present, male reproductive part is present, so it is unisexual male flower. Okay, so students, in this way we can divide flower into two types. Okay, the unisexual flowers and the second is bisexual flowers. Okay, in unisexual there are two: unisexual male flower and the second is unisexual female flower. And bisexual are all bisexuals because they, in these both the organs are present, so they are not further divided. Okay, the example of bisexual is hibiscus, yesterday we have seen. Okay, rose. Okay, example of unisexual flowers are papaya, watermelon. Okay, these are the examples of unisexual flowers. One more common example of unisexual flowers, student, cucumber. Okay, bottle gourd. These are the examples of unisexual flowers. So this was all about types of flowers. Okay, now students, yesterday I told you that these male and female parts are the parts, these are the reproductive parts, and these are the parts which perform reproduction. Okay, so how they perform reproduction, let's see. Students, first I am giving you little bit idea. Okay, see what happens. See this diagram. Okay, this is the diagram of carpel. Okay, yesterday we have seen female reproductive part, carpel. Okay, so this is the stigma of the carpel. This is long narrow style and it is at the base swollen ovary, right? And inside the ovary there is a yellow color structure which is called ovule, and inside the ovule there is egg cell. What is there? Egg cell. Okay, egg cell, or I told you yesterday, female particle. Okay, you can say so egg cell, it is egg cell or female particle. It is present inside the ovule and ovule is present inside the ovary. Okay, so carpel is made up of three parts: stigma style ovary, inside the ovary there is ovule, and inside the ovule there is egg cell. What is this egg cell? It is female particle. And I told you that this is the male reproductive part, anther, filament, and inside the anther there is pollen grain, right? And in the pollen grain what is present? Male particle or male reproductive cell. Okay, so there are two cells. Inside the pollen grain there is male cell and inside the ovule there is female cell. Okay, so students, what happens during reproduction? This pollen grain, okay, because these pollen grains are very light in weight. Okay, very light in weight. Yesterday you have seen also inside the anthers they are present, very small and very light in weight. Okay, so what happens during the wind? Okay, when the air blows, when the wind blows, so during the wind or during the rainy season, with the help of water, with the help of air, or with the help of insect, okay, these pollen grain fly in air, okay, and come and sit on the stigma of the flower. Okay, they come and sit on the stigma of the flower. And after that, when they sit on the stigma, then after that slowly they come down, they come towards the ovary. Okay, and from ovary they enter inside the ovule, and then the male cell which is present in the pollen grain and the egg cell which is present in the ovule, both these cells combine together. Okay, both these cells combine together and they form what? They form seed. Okay, they form seed, and when we will sow this seed, the plant grows, another plant will grow. Okay, so what is happening during reproduction? The pollen grain of the male flower is flying and coming and sitting on the stigma of the flower. Okay, stigma of the carpel, and after that it is going inside the ovary, it is entering inside the ovule, and inside the pollen grain there is male cell, inside the ovule there is egg cell or female cell. So both these male and female cell combine and they form seed, right? So this is the process of reproduction. So now the question is, students, how this pollen grain is coming and sitting on this stigma, right? How this pollen grain comes and sit to the stigma. This process of coming of pollen grain from the anther, pollen grain will be released from the anther and come and sit on the stigma. Okay, so the process of coming of pollen grain from the anther to the stigma, this process is called pollination. Okay, now about pollination we will study in detail in next video.